We're going to talk about another subject that, we're going to deal with another subject that has you guys kind of messed up. And it's had black people messed up since the 70s, it appears, because certain things were taken out of black schools. Economics used to be very, how should I say, intricate part of math and your core studies in high school, and even in elementary and in junior high or middle school. This thing of economics was very important. You had home economics, you had different economic parts of your math class and all kinds of stuff. And so you got to learn a lot about money, the flow of money, the currencies, the different amounts of money that different countries make. Just a lot of things. You learned about banking, all kinds of stuff. And it was creating some pretty educated black folks. Now, as you know, white folks did not want black folks to be overly educated. And as they saw all of these educated black folks from 1950 to from 1900 to 1950, doing all these different things, starting banks, doing finance, and giving each other loans, and just kind of doing the black community thing instead of having, they didn't need to go to white banks because they had a whole system that was happening in the black community. And so whites set out to stop that. And one of the main ways to stop it was to start focusing less on economics in the black community while still focusing heavily on it in the white schools. And people saw it happening, the civil rights blacks saw it happening. And instead of fighting to keep it in black schools, they simply, many of them were tricked by white Jews and white Americans into moving their teas and incense and whatnot. They're not anti-capitalist. The word that was deleted, erased from almost all economic books by 1975 is the word monopolism. Now, people used to know what monopolism means because they had a whole game about it. It was called Monopoly. Many black folks don't play Monopoly anymore. But back when Monopoly was a big thing, people knew what Monopoly meant. It means that you are cornering the market. You want it all. And you don't want anybody else to have it. You want to take as much money from as many people as possible so that you have it all. You want to break the bank. You want to be the bank. That's what monopolism is. And today we're going to deal with why you think that capitalism is bad, yet you know nothing about monopolism. The reason that you think capitalism is bad is because you were actually tricked into exchanging the word capitalism and getting rid of the word monopolism. When you say capitalism, you're actually talking about monopolism. When you talk about a few people having a whole lot and trying to keep everybody else from having anything, I want you to look that up. I want you to really research that. What it is for a person to want all of the resources for themselves and keep you from being able to do it. To help you understand, if you're at a an event, and you have one person selling incense oils and whatnot, and they make a deal with the event coordinator, the event person, that nobody else can sell incense and oils except them. That means they want to monopolize the entire event when it comes to the sale of incense and oils. They want a monopoly on it. They want to be the only ones making money off of that resource. And you guys used to know this. That's the sad part, is you used to know this. Now, what happens when you say you're anti-capitalist? That means you're saying, I don't want the money that it takes to build black schools. I don't want to do the things that it takes we're rejecting the money that flows through the black community. Now, you have capital in the black community. You have a lot of capital in the black community. But because you've been programmed to reject it, you get rid of that capital very quickly so that you're not seen as a capitalist in your business. So how are you going to hire your people in your black community? Y'all gotta stop dealing with these white folks. They're making y'all crazy. And they've had 44 years of making y'all absolutely crazy. And in some cases, downright retarded. Some of this stuff that white folks got you, they knew it was going to degrade your brain back to a time when you weren't even able to read. Okay? When you weren't able to read, you didn't know what capitalism or monopolism was. But now that you're able to do all of these things, read, work, do whatever you need to do, y'all need to start looking this stuff up. Stop just running behind these white folks. Because they're making y'all crazy. They're making y'all dumb, and they're making each of your generations more and more stupid. That's their goal. That's the only reason they're able to stay in control. It's not that they're getting any smarter. They're simply using common sense methods to make you reject being smarter. And y'all gotta fight it. Okay? So that's your task. I want you to look up monopolism. Don't just look it up in the dictionary. I want you to research what monopolism actually is. And then I want you to compare that to capitalism and what capitalism actually is, what it really is to capitalize for a black community, to capitalize on their own labor, on their own resources. I want you to know what it is for if a black country actually started capitalizing on its own resources and got rid of every single monopolist that is controlling their land and resources and people. Okay? So, I hope that helps you guys a little bit. Y'all know how we do. If we're still here next time, we're going to deal with some things. Okay?